What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues. Let's go Blues.
BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha and mahalo. It is a Monday and it's the NHL Award Show. I have it on. I'm going to watch it with you and we'll talk about who gets what, along with some of the other stuff that's going on in the NHL today. Just remember, this is the show that is by a fan, for the fan, and absolutely positively about you, the fan. Big trade today. I don't know how they got it, but the Chicago Blackhawks make a trade with the Boston Bruins, and you talk about, like, there's trade. You're thinking a trade that it should be close to even, right? I'm trading this player for this player and a pick to even it out or whatever. The trade that the Blackhawks made today is so lopsided, it's not even funny. I mean, it's not even funny. They got Taylor Hall, a former number 1 overall pick in 2010. Yes, I know it was a while ago, but he's still that type of player, for 2 low-level defensemen, one that's only played 1 game in the league. Then they get the rights to another guy. I think Chicago won this trade all the way. And that might be right. It might be right. I could see that. But for me, a trade's got to have equity in it. It's got to be equal for each team or close to it. And there's no equity in this. To me, the trade doesn't. One of the guys they traded they just traded his rights, so he doesn't affect their roster at all. The only one that affects their roster is Taylor Hall. Right? Okay, great. They opened up some cap space, but what they got in return doesn't equal it, right? I think there should have been some picks in that. I think Chicago should have had to give up some picks for that, right? And again, to me, there's got to be the equity in all trade. The days of trading for a bag of pucks is over, and it should be. This is essentially a modern-day trade for a bag of pucks. The Ted Lindsay Award, that's the first one they're going to do, and this is going to go to Connor McDavid. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about this. Here are the finalists. We already know them. We know where it's going. Erik Karlsson from the Sharks. McDavid from the Oilers, and we know McDavid's going to get this. I mean, he basically just blew the league away in goals, points, and assists. And then Pasta from Boston. I think there's no idea where this isn't going. Maybe, but I don't see it. Right at the moment, I just don't see it. Right. I mean, they had a hell of a team last year. They just couldn't put it together in the playoffs. Oh my goodness, shock! It's McDavid. I'm going to say this real quick to everybody, just so you know. If you are sending me a message or chat via YouTube, unless I know you, I'm probably not going to respond to you. Right? I have been trolled on YouTube heavily, and I don't want to get into that. I don't want to play with that. No, and I'll do this just for this guy. Will they trade Bennington? No, they won't. And there's no reason to trade Bennington. And I'm going to leave it at that. If you're a troll, please have a great night. Move on. Work with somebody else. If you're legitimate, use a real name with a real picture. Or hit me on Facebook. Right? That's all there is to it. Well, that's because I love you, Matt Lowe, but at the same time, you're one of those guys that likes to see me get spun up, and I got to be careful of that. Unfortunately, lately, I've had a hard time controlling my emotions, and I don't want to get into that. Big old thank you to Brad Pond and E. Guido for putting them thumbs in the air. Welcome back, E. How you doing, my friend? All right. Where else are we? So McDavid wins that. Matt Lowe, that might be something I have to deal with, right? That might be something I take in. We can look at that, but that's not a bad thing. So, I know that there was another one here, but Chris Shockey says Steiner has a new job. To me, big deal, right? I mean, this happens. This to me, this is like the biggest non-news out there. It's not like he's part of today's coaching staff. It's not like he's going to come in and change something. He's basically a scout, right? He's basically a scout. He's in charge of European development. I just don't see this as a big deal, right? I mean, I could be wrong. But to me, this is the much to do about nothing. Much to do about absolute nothing. I don't know. First of all, I'm still not sold on Bedard. I'm not. I think his size and his speed in this league right now, what his size and speed are right now, are going to hurt him. Doesn't mean that it will, but it's what I think. Now, I do think that they got better. I think they got better. I think that they're moving things up. Right now, we had Wendy on a couple days ago, and he asked me where I ranked the Blues, and I put them 8th. 7th or 8th. Now, I think Arizona might be in worse shape. Oh, there's the other rumor I heard today, and this one, like, I went absolute. I kept my mouth shut. I'm not going to say who put it out there, whatever, that Krug was going to go to Arizona for Clayton Keller. If Krug's not going to turn over, if Krug is not going to waive his no trade clause to go to Arizona, what makes you, or to Philly, what makes you think he'll waive it to go to Arizona? Oh my goodness, there's no freaking way. Right? And I know this person, they put something out there. Oh, why would I, put something out there that lowers my credibility? Da, da, da. Well, you know what? If you read that tweet, it lowers your credibility immediately. I mean, even I don't care who I heard it from. I hear there's guys on here that send me stuff consistently that I ignore because I know what it is, right? That whoever he got that from did it just so he would do that. And that to me, I won't do it. I won't do it. I know there's some guys out there that think that get their jollies off it. I'm not going to do it. Working with prospects, yes, he is. He'll be at the prospect camp. Yep, I do know that. I wish I could be there, but I won't. They could lack bottom six depth and experience. Still, they're terrible defensively. Goaltending is where they're going to hurt the most, but I still think they're better than the Blues. Of Kyrou or Bolduc or Snugard, I don't get it either, right? Well, here's the thing, and I posted this in one of the groups. I didn't get any response to it. The majority of Blues fans, and I got to be careful when I say this. You got to understand that a lot of Blues fans right now were bandwagon fans. They're fans that jumped on the cup fans. That's what they are. They're fans that came in after the cup. And the only thing that they see is that we won the cup. That's it. We won the cup. We won the cup. Period. And the reason we won the cup is we had 23 Berube-type players. First of all, we didn't have 23 Berube-type players. And there's a lot of players that don't like Berube. I don't care what you get told. There's way too much out there for me to sit there and believe that anymore. There are too many players that have left this organization and have left it high and dry for me to think that these guys love Berube that much. Right? And when it comes down to it, if Berube had 23 of his players, 23 Berube-type players, I can guarantee you one thing. Hart Memorial candidates, the St. Louis, Matt Tkachuk is one of them. Unfortunately, he's going to come in third, but he's one of them. Actually, he might come in second. He may come in second. I think Carlson will come in, and I'm trying to remember who the other one was. I think it was Carlson. But I think Tkachuk might come in second. Right? I'm not sold on this yet. I think this is a relationship that can be repaired. Darkness, I'm almost guaranteeing you he'll be here opening night. Let's put it this way. The teams that he would want to go to don't have room for him. And as long as the teams that he wants to go to don't have rooms for him, he's not going anywhere. There's Matty Tkachuk. Where are we at here? I can guarantee you one thing. If we had 23 Berube-type players, I will guarantee you this. I will guarantee you the number one overall pick. I will guarantee you we are last in goals goals for, and first in penalty minutes. That's how I feel. I got the award show on, so I got one eye on it, one eye on this, trying to hold it there together. Oh, who we got here? Erickson Krieger, Michael Dante. Thank you so much for adding your thumbs up. Right, where we are. You know what, Matlow? I think I will take you up on that. I got to look at that again. I had trouble getting Wendy as a mod, but no, I think I will let you be a mod. The only bad thing is now I can't mute you. Oh, the Lady Bring. This is, I like this trophy. I like this trophy. The only thing that I have, I mean, look, I get Nashville. I get it. But you know what? This isn't the Country Music Awards, so let's not make it the Country Music Awards, and that's what it's been so far in the first 20 minutes. Here we go. Here are your Lady Bings. Jack Hughes from the Devils. Breakout year for him. Kopitar from the Kings. I think that, to me, it probably might go to Kopitar. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong at all of these. So, and finally, Braden Point from Tampa. I think it's going to go Point. I'll look at it now. I'll say Point. Hey, Matt Lowe, quit sweet talking me, man. Quit saying sweet nothings to me. I don't need them, bud. Thank you. Oh, Kopitar gets it. Woo! Marianne. I'll just wait till I get home, Matt Lowe. When I'm home for the first month of the season, you got to come out to one of the shows. You got to come out, man. One-on-one. You got to come out. Mary, I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier. To me, this is one of those. It's not a big deal to me, right? I don't look at this and go, oh my God, Steen's back, game changer. Not for me. I don't see it. I don't have that feeling that that's what it is. You know, there's a lot of guys. You know, you when you go look at, you know, you go and look at the list of, you know, scouts and all that stuff, there's a lot of guys that are in there, you know, older guys or guys like that. So to me, this isn't a big deal, right? It's not a big deal. Now, if he was coming to be part of the coaching staff, that's a different story. But working with prospects and working in Europe at the moment, I don't see it. Right? To me, it's not a, you know, okay, Steen's back. Right? Yeah, okay. Right? Nah, it's not on the news, you know, the news meter scale, it didn't budget that much. That's how I feel about it. I you know, maybe I'm wrong, you know, and I admit that. You know, maybe I don't know as much as I think I know. But that's kind of where I'm at. On the I still am not sold on this Hayes trade. Right? I've tried to find ways to make sense of this, and it doesn't. Right? You're fixing a Band-Aid with the Band-Aid. Right? I just one of the names that you keep hearing is, and I seen this in a group, Kairu. Oh, well, doesn't surprise me. They want to get Kairu. Barumi's always yelling at him. Think about this. Kairu led the team in points and goals. He had 37 goals. 37 goals, people. Right? He was second. Where is it? I was looking at this earlier. He was first in goals, first in points, and second or third in. So he played 79 games. He had 73 points, just under a point per game. Right? The only player that was over a point per game was Bushnevich. He had 67 points in 63 games. Kairu was fifth in assist, behind Thomas, Shin, Bushnevich, and Falk. Kairu was a minus 38, right? A lot of guys had bad minuses. In fact, there's only the guys that had pluses. Rosen had a plus. He played 49 games. Bushnevich was a plus 14. Walker was a plus 10. Bortuzzo plus 9. Korpachenko plus 6. Leddy plus 4. Blaze plus 3. Vernub plus 2. Nikola, while we had him, plus 2. Scandella plus 2, didn't play a lot. Bitten plus 1, he played 4 games. Highmore was a plus 1 in 2 games. Everybody else was even or less. The guys that were even were McGinn, Santini, Alexandrov, and Kapanen. Everybody else was a negative, right? Why would you replace, in my eyes, right? I agree with you there. You know, and that makes no sense to me, right? That makes no sense to me. First of all, let's go back and look at this year's Stanley Cup. Oh my God, the talk about so much talk about Florida's forecheck. I talked about this last night. I don't know how many of you were here last night, but I talked about this last night. To me, the forecheck is going the way of the switch hitter. Right? It is absolutely going that way. You go, and I was watching something. I forget if it was on TikTok or YouTube or so. I was watching, one of the things, and they brought this up. 20 years ago, 25% of the league was switch hitters, and now that number's down to like 10. Right? Guys have figured out that it's hard enough to be good from one side, yet alone be good from both sides. Right? And in this day and age of specialty pitching, it doesn't help as much. It really doesn't. You know, what was that a few years ago when they had the ambidextrous pitcher, right? He could pitch with his left or his right. And then they had a switch hitter up, and they just kept switching sides. So the ump says, that's enough. Pick a side and stay with it. Right? Oh, Frank Cervelli, head of the hockey. I'm not a fan of his. I mean, well, I'm not a fan of his because, you know, I've sent him email. He's ignored me. So there we go. Here's a guy who could really take his organization and blow it up by really letting all of these internet writers in and strengthen his organization instead of limiting it. By limiting it, he doesn't, I mean, it takes some of the strength out. You look at the Baseball Writers of America, I mean, if you write articles, you write it for a few years, you know, you write it for a little, they let you in, but you got to be in for 10 years before you're able to vote for the Hall of Fame. And some of the other, you got to be there for a while. He could do the same thing, and boy, would that organization become so strong, right? Instead of making it as exclusive as it is. And it's just, that's how I feel about it, right? Chris, I stated earlier, I don't know if you heard it, and I don't think anybody responded to it, right? I said if you had 23 Berube-type players, that I could guarantee you would have the number 1 overall pick, you would be last in goals per game, and first in penalties. Right? That's how I feel about it. At some point, it's got to change, and that's where I'm at. Hey, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, put them thumbs in the air. We love knowing that you like what we're doing here at the Blue Note Fan Report. All right? This absolutely feels like, I mean, they're trying to make it fun and that, but it feels more like the Country Music Awards. All right? Playing bubble hockey at an award show. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just not, not for me. Because I'd rather you know what? I'd rather you celebrate. I'd have, which team? The team we started with or the team we ended with? Because that's a big difference. So there's a big difference. The team we started with or the team we ended with? Mark Messier. No. Well, I mean, I'd want a new coach, but I'd still want to make changes. Because the team we ended with is not going anywhere. Right? I'm just not sold on it. Right? Just not sold on it. Don't forget, if you are watching, say something. Let me know you're there. Don't be a hidden person. Right? Don't be a troll. Be real. Be fun. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to enjoy it. I don't need your trolliness. And if you're going to troll, just go away. Go find another way. Go find somebody else to make yourself feel good with. Right? That's how I feel. Hey, E, how you doing? Thank you. I'm concerned with that. A Mark Messier Leadership Award. Stamkos. Matlow, I don't. I don't think it'll be that as much different as you think it will. Right? I really don't. I have been saying this for a long time. Matt Lowe, you've watched this show for a bit. Mike, you've been with me from the beginning, man. Mike's been with me since when I started doing recorded shows, right? From the beginning, back in 2018, right? Kent Coast gets the leadership award. I don't have an issue with that. Excuse me. No trade clauses mean just that. No trade. And they are, for the most part, very, very difficult to get a player to waive. Right? Well, I mean, it's going to be different, and you're going to have the draft picks. But do you think that there's going to be that many trades, Matt Lowe? Because I don't. Because when you go down and you look at who you can trade and who you'd want to trade and what you would get for those trades, right? See, to me, if you want to trade Krug to get money, you get a first-round pick. Problem is, the teams that he's going to go to don't have a great first-round pick. You're already picking there. He's not going to go to a team in that 10 to 20 range. He's really not. You know? And most of those teams that he wants to go to have no cap space. That's what you have to think about. Right? And first of all, here's the biggest mistake. Now I haven't pounded on Armstrong much, but this is huge. Huge on Armstrong. Not going to Krug first. Absolutely, positively going to Krug first. When this deal first comes up, goes to Krug, says, hey, we got a phone call. We got a phone call from Philly. They're willing to trade Hayes to us, but they want you. What do you think? And I don't think he did that. I don't think so. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be giving that out anymore. I see, again, you got to look at where he can go, where he wants to go. He's chasing a cup. Most of those teams don't have the room, right? I think you're wrong there. I think ownership is very happy with Army. We may not be, but ownership is. Even then, I think then at that point, if anybody out of Philly leaked this, and I'm Army and I know that, I'm gonna dime him out. I'm gonna dime him the F out. Right? Because there's no way that should have ever leaked. This trade should have, and the problem is what was leaked. And this is where the sticky point for me. What was leaked is this was an agreement in kind. Meaning, Army agreed to it before he reached out to Krug. That is where I have the issue with it. I think he's professional. I don't think he plays terrible. But is it? Will it make it? Does it make it more likely that he will be traded? Yes. It's a Tarasenko situation in somewhat, right? It's a Tarasenko situation in somewhat. I heard that, but I don't remember him even having St. Louis on his Twitter. I don't remember it at all. I don't remember it at all. Here comes the Cadler Trophy. And the nominees are Matty Beniers. That's not the Seattle Kraken you would have thought it would be. Oh, in power. I mean, he was going to sooner or later make it. And then Stuart Skinner from the Oilers. For me, I think this goes to Powers. I really think this goes to Powers. It's hard for a goalie to win it unless they were like exceptional. I think Powers gets it. I was wrong. I was wrong. You got it right there, Thomas. How you doing, bud? Pernovich has been more injury prone than Krug. Krug was only injury prone this year. Prior to that, he was fine, if I remember right. Wright could win it next year. Could. Oh, going on strike. That's not good. Where do you work, bud? You don't have to tell me. I mean, that may be something you want to know. Are you sure about that, Matt Lowe? Oh, yeah. I think I heard about that a little bit. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. So in 2021, he played 51 of the 56 games. In 21-22, he played 64 of the 82 games. And in this season, he played 63 of the 82 games. So he has played a full season twice. Well, he's played 81 of the 82 games in 15-16 and 16-17. He played 76 in 17-18, and from that point on, he's averaged in the 60s. You got to take out the 51 that from that, because that was a 56 game season, right? But 64, 61, 64, 63, right? So where are we at here? Let me go back. I can't find my mouse. There we go. Oh, okay. I mean, and that could be the holdup with the trade. That could be why it's so hard to trade him. right? It really could. There's been some holdups here, and you just got to go with what they are. I don't know if I'm Armstrong, if I'm a GM. Now let's put it this way: I'm a GM, and I have guys that have no trade clauses. I would, at the end of the season, go to them, or after the Stanley Cup, call them all up and say, "Hey guys, right now I have no interest in trading you. However, if I'm called and someone brings your name up, I want to make sure that I can say yes or no before it gets leaks and something happens and then you're upset you get upset. If there are teams that you're willing to waive your no trade clause for, I'm not asking you to do it now. I'm just asking you if there are teams, will you let me know?" And I really think I didn't hear it. I had my thing on. I would go for that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right. Krug's a smaller guy. I get that. But then again, so is Prunovich. So it's just it's hard sometimes, and I get it. I really do. Where are we at here? Having a good show, having fun. Hey, no one else is throwing thumbs in the air. Come on, guys, throw your thumbs in the air. Let's see it. Let's get them likes. Make show me that you actually care. Right? 7 people watching. After the numbers haven't been bad lately. I mean, the last couple of days I've been pushing near the 20s, and now most people go, "What? That's horrible." For this show, it's not. 7's normal. I mean, so pushing 16, 17, 18, I'll take that, Means I'm doing something right. We had a really, really good show yesterday, and then on Friday we had a really good one. I had Wendy on Friday and me, and we ended up going, Ashley and Wendy, and we ended up going 2 hours. Right? Really, really solid, good show. I've been working with the mic, so hopefully I sound better. Let's see what we got now. I mean, doesn't this feel like the yeah, no, I don't see the deal getting done at all, bud. I just don't. And I don't know. I mean, look, I'll tell you right now, as much as I would love to be a GM, I would not be a good one. I don't think I'd be a good one because I'm a fan, right? I'm a fan, and I look at players. I would have never traded Tarasenko. But at the same time, I would have never kept Berube. I would not have given Berube a 3-year deal. Right? I would have looked at Montgomery and Berube and gone, you know what? I think Montgomery's the better head coach here. I think Montgomery, if he's ready to take this, he's the guy to take us to the next level. Right? And now this is in hindsight, because when Montgomery went to Boston, I said I thought it was too soon. I will sit there and say that right now. Right now, I will say that I said that. So this is hindsight talking, and I know that. But when it comes down to it, who was the better coach? Right? Who was the better coach? Yeah, you were saying something about that yesterday, bud. Right? I'll tell you what. If I was, by the way, if I am going to start writing again, it's going to take me a little bit to kind of get myself, probably be after the draft. Uh, Batman. Um, I'll be writing on the Full Press Hockey website, fullpresshockey.com. You can start finding my stuff there. I'll share it on my pages. I'm not going to share it in the groups that I will share it in are there's probably 3 groups I'll share it in, and that's it. Right? If it's going in other groups, somebody else will have to share it. I will share it in my group, the Hawaii STL Blues Fan. I'll share it in Let's Go Blues. They have absolutely told me I'm welcome to share any of my stuff in their group. And St. Louis I Bleed Blue, they have told me the same thing. Other than that, not talking about it. Right? Are these the Selkie guys? Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to get renamed the Bergeron. All right. I see him winning it again. Yeah, no, I see this going. I absolutely see this going to Boston. I see this going to Bergeron. That's where I see it going. Yes, you have, E. Oh my goodness. What a shocker. And then he doesn't even show up. Oh my goodness. Uh yeah. Yeah, I guess. Ooh, that hurt. That looked that. He worked out with Logan Brown. I'm listening to the stories, guys. Oh, we got Craig Mons and Thomas Millville. They added on. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Got 10 watching. Ooh, numbers getting up there. 4 on YouTube and 6 on Facebook. 3 on each of my reports as one of the YouTubers goes away. Oh, wow. Everyone's dropping because I ain't talking, I guess. I thought nobody wanted to hear me talk. That's okay. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. I'm just paying attention to the award show. Yeah, I think he was. Um, I don't remember exactly, but I think he was. This is the Comeback Player of the Year award, I think. Yeah. How long is this show today? Is it 2 hours or 3 hours? 2 hours. Okay. Didn't know how much longer I was going to be able to go. I know we're coming up on the hour mark. And since it's just me and a few of you, I don't know. It's hard to do these sometimes when you're not getting comments. To be honest, when you guys aren't talking, it's really hard for me to go on with this. You know, it really is. If I have someone else to talk to, then great. I could go on and on. The two of us could talk and not worry about it. But when it's just me and there's not a lot of things, you know what? I don't know. I think it's on ESPN, but I could be wrong. Uh, it's on ESPN. And the rounds 2 through 7 are on the NHL Network. So round 1 is on ESPN, and I think it's going to be on ESPN Plus. No problem, Craig. I appreciate that, bud. I do too, Mike. I do too. So there's where the draft is. Got that for you. I get it, Craig, and I thank you, and I appreciate you. And we're gonna, Craig, when I'm home, which will be September, October, maybe partial of November. I'll do a remote show. We're gonna have to do one where you can come out and you can sit next to me, and we can talk. Shockey at the lake. Hey, Shockey, do you go fishing in October and late September, early October time frame? Or does it get too cold? I would think that you could still fish probably up to early November. Might be a little cold, but so when I get home, I can go fishing with you, right? Sorry you're sick there, E. I'm just hoping by then I'll have use of my hand back, right? And that I can skate with the Warriors, right? That is something I will absolutely do. If it ain't frozen, I'm fishing. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you, man. Though for me, it's going to take me a little bit to get used to the cold again. Though I will say this: when I was home for my birthday, I never felt that cold. I never felt that cold. I know it wasn't that cold then, but that's cool, right? I just want to get back on the ice. I want to get back on the ice so bad, right? The only reason I could probably skate now, the only reason I don't is, first of all, my skates, I need to get them heated and remolded. Or I need to get, go and buy me some better secondhand skates. I know they've got like Play It Again Sports and things like that in St. Louis to where I could get a better set of secondhand skates and get them put in an oven and get them sharpened and all of that. Like here, to get them sharpened, they told me it was 3 weeks. So, but I would love to get back on the ice. Right, and just get to skating again and trying to get. The last time I was on the ice before my surgery, I was able to start skating backwards a little bit. So, that's what I'm looking forward to right now. I just want to get on the ice. Right, I just want to get on the ice. Oh wow, 2 Delta teams now. Wow. I think I need to do another. I need to do another Warrior interview and get an update. We need to talk to the board about that and see about doing an update interview. See if they'd be willing to do that with me. Right? I joined a group on Facebook that was for Warriors hockey, and I put out to the other Warriors groups that were out there. About doing shows with them. So hopefully, we'll get more Warriors hockey guys on there. Wow, man. You should be ready for Charlie there, Shockey. Your skill level should be ready for Charlie. See, I got an issue with them having his kid because his kid's not very good, right? You can obviously tell that he's nervous. He's not, so why, that just, when they put kids in these positions, right? When they do the kid journalist, to me, that's a slap in the face of all the guys that are trying to be journalists. Where you tell them that they're not allowed because they're web journalists. They're not, you don't consider them real, but you're going to let a kid come in and be a journalist. That's a slap in the face to me. Shaved his head. Oh my goodness. By the way, I got a haircut Sunday and nobody noticed. Or Saturday and nobody noticed. I think because I was wearing a hat too, but there we go. I posted it 3 hours ago. Well, that's on you, dude. Dude. I will not do a show tomorrow, but I will be here for the draft, the entire draft. Right? The draft starts at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. I'll be on about 15 minutes before that. I think that's 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I don't even know what that is. It will be an interesting trade. I will be interesting. So, who wins this? It's the Vesna. You got Hellebuck, who I said was going to have a good year. No one believed me. Sorkin. I'm pretty sure I know who's winning this. Right? And then Omark. And to me, Omark wins this. Hands down. Right? Hands down, Omark wins this. I don't think so. And I don't think they need to. I mean, I know who I'd like to get him to pick, but he's 12th. Or he's 8th. Omark. Yep. No ands, ifs, or buts on that one. So Zach Benson is the guy that sticks out to me, and he's ranked 8th by the Hockey News. I really would like to see, if he slips, if no one jumps up to get him, and he possibly slips, I'd like to see the Blues go for him. I still think Michkov is going to slip. I think that as much as teams look at his talent as high as it is, that 3-year thing, that's got to scare teams off. I'm sorry, for me, I don't touch it. I don't touch it because there's such a good chance he could decide not to play and I lose the rights. I think Leonard at 13 would be at 10 would be a little bit of a reach. If you want Leonard, take a step back, trade down a couple of stops with somebody, right? But I think that absolutely they're keeping. Well, Neighbors, yeah, I think they're keeping Neighbors. I mean, Neighbors has upside. I don't see Neighbors getting traded yet, right? I don't see that at all, Brad. Don't see it at all. Big old thank you to Brad Pond, E. Guido Michael, Dante Erickson Krieger, Thomas Mobile, Craig Moyes, and Jason Nichols for throwing that thumb in the air. They only got a couple trophies left. Well, no, they're at the halfway mark, so. God, I don't like Biz. Not sure what you're saying there, Brad. Well, not a bad show today. I mean, not one of my better ones that I've had in the past because I don't have. Well, I mean, I think I do. I'm starting to think I do better with a co-host, right? When I have someone to talk to, it helps out a lot. And some of the, some of the times, when you guys are here and you guys are interacting, that helps a lot. The trolls don't help it out, and for the most part, I think we're weeding them out, and that's a good thing. Right? That's a very good thing. I think Matlow ran away on me. And the Country Music Awards is back. Oh my goodness. Thought I was watching the Hockey Awards show, not the Country Music Awards. Oh wow, Olmark won it unanimously, I think. Oh no, sorry, no, he got 22 of the first place vote. I thought I read 32. Bergeron got 187 of the 196 first place votes for his award. Yeah, he won that one running away. I'm looking at the voting totals here for the Calder. Benner's kind of won that going away. He had 160 of the first place votes. He had 1,836 points to Skinner's 1,064. Power had 929. So, I mean, that was kind of running away. See, here we go. Lady Bing. Kopitar. Oh, it was a closer one. That was probably the closest one. I mean, he had double the first place votes, almost double the first place votes, but I mean, it wasn't that far. He had 1,175 points to 934 for Jack Hughes. That was pretty close. They won't show the voting for the Ted Lindsay, I don't think. Yeah, they don't show it. There we go. That gets us caught up on that stuff. My goodness. Come on, guys. What's going on? Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Do you know the Blue Note Fan Report? The Blue Note Fan Report. The Blue Note Fan Report. Oh, do you know the Blue Note Fan Report? Hosted by the Hawaii Blues fan. I got to get the music to that. Oh, do you know the Blue Note Fan Report? Dante's Inferno. Oh, no, I thought my TV turned off there for a second. Da 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 da. Dun 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 no 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 no. I think right now the NHL can't expand. I think they have too many teams that are in flux right now that makes expansion kind of difficult. But if they are going to expand, I don't care. Bettman may not like it, but it's got to be Quebec, right? It's absolutely got to be Quebec. But to me, I think you got to do now that you're at your 32 teams, if you expand, you've got to do it both ways. Hey, Bettman's coming on. I want to hear this. The booze. That was pretty good. I can't see Atlanta. Hey, Lance, man. I am so excited about the draft. And for those of you who did not hear it yesterday, I'm not touting this, but there is a chance that I will have live interviews with some of the Blues draft picks. Small chance, but there is a chance. We're going to keep the lines of communication open with the person that I know that's going to be the person I know that has the what do you call it, the press pass, and I'm hoping I'm lucky. I'm hoping that it plays out for me, right? They haven't done the in memoriam yet, have they? I don't think so. That's one of the things that I kind of look forward to at these award shows. I know the NHL had some big losses this season. I think that he's going to fit in very well. Right? I don't know about that. I kind of I'm not on board with that, Lance. I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I think that all being a former number one overall draft pick, having all of that expectation, and not living up to it per se, I think in a lot of ways this helps him. I'm not 100% sure on that, Shockey, but I'm sure we help. Lance, I don't know about that. I especially playing with Boston this year, I don't know about that. But I think that was a lot of teams. It wasn't just us. I think you were getting Chicago people going down there. I think you were getting Columbus people going down there, because weren't Columbus in the same division for a while? I don't know on this one because this is a political one. Backlund wins this one. Oh, we got about a half hour left. Do they do an in memoriam at the NHL awards? I would think so. I would hope so. I will say this, what I do know about from the games that I've gone to outside of St. Louis, the Blues fans travel well. Right? There are a few teams out there that travel very, very well, and St. Louis is one of them. St. Louis fans travel well. Chicago fans travel pretty decently. I know Edmonton fans travel well. I know. For example, when I went to the the Western Conference Finals in 2016 in San Jose, Game 4, there was a good amount of Blues fans. A very good amount. And then when I went to the Vegas game, I got to tell you, I think it was more Vegas fans, or more St. Louis fans than it was Vegas fans at the time. Again, it was first year, but Vegas did a pretty decent job. I do think that they, I get they ignored the away fans with one exception. There were a couple of away fans that had put Vegas Strong on the back of their Blues jerseys, and they got singled out. But for the most part, they ignored the Blues fans heavily. Where I know the Blues don't do that. They single out and they look at the other team's fans, and I think that's what makes it. That's what I enjoy about going to Blues games. That's exactly what I enjoy going to Blues games. That was probably the best line Biz had all night. I mean, the Hart this year, the Hart. I mean, it's who's getting it. Ah. Oh, that soda tastes good. Da, 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 da. Come on, guys. Come back. Come back. Don't go away. Share this with your friends and say, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Yeah, that would be cool. Give me something, for the guys that are here. What's something that you would read about? What's something that you'd want me to write about? Right? Oh, that's fantastic. Or was I just acting? Oh, this show is great. Or was I just acting? There we go. Da 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 da. What I probably would like, if I got to find, if anybody has a copy of my Hockey Heals, the power, or the power of the one, my original article about Warrior Hockey, let me know. Let me know. I may want to re-release that. Now that my site's down, I can re-release some of that. Update it and re-release it. Not sure what you mean by that, E. What do you mean by conversions? COVID took a cup away from us. I'll tell you that right now. I absolutely believe that COVID took a cup away from us. You know your league's in trouble when you're when on your your big night, you have a ambulance chaser. The Country Music Awards is back on. Switching directions. That's something I could look at. I'm kind of with you. I think that a lot of the losses have to do with the head coaching. I know most Blues fans. I've written about it a couple of times. Oh, this isn't the Hart Award. This is who gets it? No, I absolutely do believe that they were destined for back to back. The fact that St. Louis and Boston were the number one seeds in their division again, right? I know that Colorado had a chance at catching up to them, but I don't think it was going to happen. But I do believe that this team, I think you could have easily had Boston and St. Louis in the finals again. I think it could have been a rematch. Right? I really do. I think that the and think about the direction this team would have taken had they won a second cup. Right? A lot of guys that left wouldn't have left. No, you're not. That's pretty good. I could see that happening, but they just don't have the room for it. Let's see what happens here. Warrior Hockey, or not Warrior Hockey, but one of the organizations, Dog Nation, who's also in St. Louis, could be getting this. I could see that. I saw Anson Carter play hockey when he was a junior in Japan. The Willie O'Ree Award. Only 5,000. They got to up that, man. It should be 100 grand. There you go. I've had them on. I've had them on the show. I think it'll be the Detroit guy. Yeah, the Detroit guy. Think it's the draft. I think it's who they pick at number 10, bud. I really do. I think it's number 10. I don't think a trade is going down. I think the longer it goes, the less likely that trade is going to happen. It'll be Krug. Parayko's not going anywhere. I guarantee you Parayko's not going anywhere. That's the one thing about fans that drives me up a fucking wall. The one thing about fans that drives me up a fucking wall is this player's terrible. Trade him away. Trade him away. Well, fuck, if he's terrible, who wants him? Who wants him? Don't you realize that? You don't just get rid of a bad player and get a superstar. I'm not letting him talk. Oh, this is going to Montgomery. Yeah. I don't see it going to anybody else. And I bet the voting is not even going to be close. I think we picked two of them. Hey, Gloria. Montgomery. That's it. There you go. That's who we could have had coaching the Blues. Hindsight's 2020, though, and I admit that. Yes, he does. Oh no, the Morton has returned. We're all in trouble now. We're in trouble now. Hey, Gloria, thank you for the thumb in the air. Put your thumbs in the air like you just don't care. Woohoo! Guess who's back? Back again. Back again. This crappy show's back again. Da 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 na 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 na. Well, we got about 15 minutes. I can't believe they're not going to do a in memoriam. I'm with you, Dante. He was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Yeah, he mentioned the St. Louis family. And I give him credit for that. Get bigger. Oh, I agree. The draft is on, what did I say? ESPN and then on the NHL Network. Only 5,000. ESPN, you can get. Well, I know money's but ESPN, it might be on ESPN Plus, and if it is, you can get it for like $10 a month or do a free trial. Try a free trial for the draft. Yeah, well, he's gonna win. I think that's all set up. No, 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 no. Nobody's watching. Hey, at least I'm here, right? That's all that matters. That I'm here doing it. Doesn't matter if they're watching or not. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. My buddy. My buddy and me. Oh, who remembers that? My buddy. Right? To think what came out of my buddy. To think what came out of my buddy. And it's not even like what do you call it? I don't even know what the words are. I would never have thought that this thing would have come out of what my buddy was supposed to be, right? And the fact that it came out and it's taken on a life of its own, literally, just shocks me. That's right. Child's Play was based on My Buddy, the good guy doll, right? And to think what came out of that and how it's had this cult following and all of that out of something. The purpose of a My Buddy. Most people don't understand this. What was the purpose of a My Buddy? Right? When My Buddy came out, who it was aimed at, and you'll be really, really amazed at who this was aimed at, and it's not who you think. When it originally came out, the thought process, the prevailing thought process was that this was aimed at feminine boys. And that's not what it was aimed at all. Right? My Buddy, what happened was they noticed when Cabbage Patch Kids came out, that the ones that gravitated to these Cabbage Patch Kids were the girls that were on the outside, right? The loner girls, that they were gravitating to these Cabbage Patch Kids. And in that, the thought process was if you had a doll for boys that would do the same thing. So it wasn't at feminine boys. It was the loner boys, the ones getting picked on, the ones that had no friends. It was aimed at them. And it wasn't, and unfortunately, too many people took it the wrong way, but it was I think it was something really good. Now they're making this like the Academy Awards with some of their bullshit. Come on. More than likely. It's been 1 week. And your Norris Trophy. Now someone's getting multiple ones, so all of them have won it before. Fox Carlson's won 2 of them, I think. Actually, I think this is going to Carr. I really do. I hate to say that, but that's where I think it's going. Oh, Carlson. Shockey was right. Way to go, Shockey! Delicious. Shockey! Thank you, Lance, for putting that thumb in the air. Greatly appreciate it. Don't forget, we have the draft day show, both Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be here live. Hopingly, I am hoping that I will be able to get some of the draft picks live. We are working on that. There it is. There is some possibility that it will happen. Uh-oh. So he throws a catfish. That's the stupidest one. That's the one I don't understand. Well, so much for the 2 hours. Looks like they're going to run long. So I might be here a little longer. I don't understand why they haven't done why they didn't do it in memoriam. I think they should do it every year. But you know, is it the Mississippi River known for big cats? We don't throw catfish. We've been in the league a lot longer. I've talked about the Predators, how they got their name. Most of I know the four that are watching probably know the answer to that. Now that I could see. You know what? I mean, a lot of people don't get this. If you go back and you look at pictures from games in the 60s, in the 70s, right? Even in the early 80s, you go back and look at those games. Watch what people were wearing, right? Watch what people were wearing. And it's not what you think. It is not what you think. There was, and I've had numerous guys on the show. Um, Well, he got yeah, he ended up getting a job. Yeah. Right, here we go. Suit Sunday best. I This is why if you've ever gone to a game, I wish Ashley was here. Right? If you've ever gone to a game with me, Lance. What do I wear to a game? What do I wear to a game? You have been to a game with me. What do I wear? I get people that go off on this, that make fun of me all the time on this. But I want Lance to tell you guys what I wore at the game he went with. I know he knows. Right? They're probably going to run about a half hour late, I'm guessing. Right? Where you at, Lance? Come on, bud. I was an engineer, my friend. I never had a clean uniform. Um, I hope he's out there. Lance, you still out there, bud? Um, Come on. Where's somebody who's been to a game with me? I know Lance has. I know Gloria has. I know Ashley has. There's a few others out there, but okay, he's still. What do I wear to a game? What you were at a game with me? What did I wear? Do you remember? What was under it? You remember what was under it? Ha ha ha. Oh man, you're not helping me. I wear slacks. I wear a button-down shirt. To the game where I sat up with the alumni, I had my coat. I wore my suit coat. Right. I wanted to show them my blues coat, but I wear slacks and a button-down shirt. I always wear it. It's what I remember from going to games. It was an event to me, and it's still in a lot of ways it still is. It's still an event to me. I will absolutely wear it that way. Right? Absolutely do that. I won't stop. That's what going to a game meant to me. Right? I wish they would get away from the gambling in the NHL. I really do. They're setting themselves up for a huge scandal sooner or later. They're setting themselves up for a huge scandal that I think will make, everyone making a big deal out of Tim Peel and his open mic. But what they're headed for will almost destroy the game. And it's going to happen in one of the leagues. It really is. Right? And to be honest, the only reason, I think the biggest reason that all this stuff is there is the Tim Donaghy stuff. Right? I think that in and of itself is the reason that leagues went ahead and decided, we can go there because this scandal didn't hurt the NBA. But I think one in the NHL will destroy the game. Or that dude's got to have a pitcher of beer, and he looks like he's been drinking it too. So there is a rule, and I found this out after the Blues won the cup. You cannot drink out of the cup unless you are with someone who won the cup. Right? So a lot of the guys that had the cup parties and that, they had to have somebody that was on the team or his name is on the cup in order to drink from it. This is kind of funny. Here's the heart. Look at that flow past has got. Oh my goodness, what a shock. How did he win it? Oh no, there's no way he should have won it. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's pretty inspiring there. Here we go. Wow, there's more people watching. What do we got? Who gave me? Chris Shockey gave it to me. I should have known the wow was from Shockey. Oh my goodness. Well, it was a good award show. I mean, a little too country for me. I mean, it felt more like a country music award show than it did the NHL award show. They didn't do an in memoriam, which I have an issue with. There you go. Well, I mean, a good show. It could have been a little better. I can't believe they didn't do an in memoriam. That's the time that you really should do it. But hey, that is what it is. But hey, that was the NHL award show. We're 2 days away from the draft. I will see you at the draft. I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, don't forget, there's a chance that some of these draft picks could be on this show. I'm hoping, man. I'm really, really hoping. This is Guy, the Wild Blues fan, saying aloha mahalo, and I'll see you next time on the BlueNote Fan Report.
To all you Blues fans, we're bleeding blue with you.
Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's